YouTube commentator Internet Anarchist recently had one of his videos falsely copyright ID claimed by the popular streamer Adin Ross. Internet Anarchist tweeted this out with the caption, "I just lost $8,000 from Adin Ross falsely claiming my video about the Penguin Zero vs Sneeko situation. Fuck you, Adin Ross." The claim was received on my video, Sneeko's horrible response to Penguin Zero, where I used a stream clip of Adin Ross interviewing Sneeko. It was used under fair use grounds and a tiny part of my long video. The revenue from this video was almost life-changing money for me. It was one of my most successful videos, so it's a huge shame to have the fruits of my labor taken away from me all of a sudden, especially by someone who literally gets paid tens of millions to gamble in front of kids. So of course, a lot of people were upset when they saw this tweet and demanded for Adin Ross to respond to what was going on. And eventually, he did. Internet Anarchist clipped Adin Ross's reaction and captioned it by saying, "Adin Ross celebrating his false claims on my content. YouTube needs to do something to stop people like this from openly abusing the system to bully small creators."
W. Chat, by the way, this is Hassan's head moderator, chat. Put a W in the chat. We stole $8,000 from him. W. He needed that. Yes! 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 W, yes! Yes?
Internet Anarchist then follows up the clip by saying, "He also claims I am Hassan's head moderator. I have no idea where he got that from." Omni responds by saying, "YouTube already confirmed that the claiming partner would be penalized for invalid claims. They need to take permanent action immediately." Nicholas Diorio responds by saying, "Hey John Swan, can YouTube deny access to content ID for Adin's network? This seems like the easy fix, right? Then they would have to start manually emailing DMCA takedowns on a per video basis to continue abusing the system?" John Swan responds, "Yes, they absolutely can. Content ID is a privilege, not a right." Kelvin Cat responds by saying, "This would likely be impossible because of EU regulations that mandate content ID systems on large platforms, and I think they mandate universal access, though I'm not a legal scholar, so I could be wrong on that." John responds, "There has never been universal access to content ID. Only a select group has access to the CMS that allows them to file content ID claims." Jabroni responds to Internet Anarchist by saying, "Did you counter the claim? Also, Team YouTube, please look into this clip of someone admitting to abusing your copyright system on video." Potent Frog says, "Imagine being or just having the same personality type of Adin Ross. Top tier nightmare fuel." James responds, "He doesn't have a single fan over the age of 11, I'm sure." Potent Frog responds, "For sure." Cow says, "That's such a gross and immature reaction on his part, especially when you consider he literally doesn't even need the money on top of the fact it's wrongfully claimed. It is actually so hard to comprehend a grown man behaving in that manner." 2B responds by saying, "Very odd of you to assume Adin Ross is a grown man." To which Cow responds, "You're right, that was my mistake. I'm sorry." Squeenix says, "Yo Team YouTube, you were basically saying it's okay for people to do this by not doing anything about it. What's stopping anyone from doing this exact same thing to make some easy money? Takes less time to do this than going to my 9-to-5 job, and I'd make more in a day." An Adin Ross fan account called Adin Update replies with an image of naked, disheveled Andrew Tate looking down directly into the camera, and captions it by saying, "We're all celebrating." Enoch then responds with a picture of a surprised emoji, gobbling up 7 eggplants, 3 pregnant men, a dude surfing on an eggplant, a guy lifting an eggplant, and then someone biking on an eggplant. Def Noodles responds by saying, "Adin keeps proving over and over again he's scum." Brandon Buckingham says, "Adin Ross is a dumbass. I hope this situation gets fixed." Nux Taku quote tweets this and says, "There should be a zero tolerance policy for copyright abuse on YouTube. It should be an insta-ban for abusing a broken system to financially fuck creators. I love how bullying got me a community strike for calling someone an idiot, but this shit flies under the radar." Internet Anarchist responds, "Yeah, really sucks." To which Nux replies, "Chin up, King. It means your content slapped." Major Kill says, "For those of you who still don't realize how much of a piece of shit Adin is, false claims via YouTube's broken copyright system can literally destroy and steal from channels. Adin did this claim knowing the impact this would have. Scum." Wavy Websurf says, "Imagine openly bragging about copyright abuse and fucking up an aspiring YouTuber's first big payday. Pathetic behavior from this weirdo. Adin even knows it's wrong. Note he says verbatim, 'We stole $8,000. He doesn't even attempt to argue it's not fair use. He admits in his opinion he stole the money." Mudahar says, "Man, YouTube really needs to step in and sort this false claim stuff out. Adin is the biggest piece of shit on this platform." Jay Aubrey says, Adin Ross is worth so much money, he'll never have to work another day in his life. Here he is celebrating one of his false copyright claims that stole 8K from a YouTuber a fraction of his size. This disgusting abuse of YouTube's broken copyright system needs to have consequences. Gameaholics responds by saying, it wasn't a false claim though, to which Aaron responds, of course it was. Go read the fair use provision in the DMCA. Gameaholics responds, you really should read all 4 factors of fair use, then get back to me. Aaron responds, I don't need to read all 4 pillars. All need to be true. It requires one or more to be true. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides a statutory framework for determining whether something is fair use, and identifies certain types of uses, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Rara says, bro better be careful, act like Tate, bald like Tate, OMG. Jay Aubrey also tweets out, Adin Ross, a guy who illegally streamed the Super Bowl to 100,000 kids, somehow believes he has the authority to copyright claim anyone who uses his clips under fair use to even slightly criticize him. Alpha male wannabes are always the most fragile people in the world. Vid soon. A Cheeto reacts to this by saying, what a disgusting freak. Willie Mac Show says, man is celebrating an illegal copyright claim. Literally a massive loser. Hassan Anabi says, this dude isn't my head mod. I don't know them. You false striked me as well for a video I was in, and here you are, dumb enough to celebrate false copyright striking people. Adin Ross hitting new levels of stupidity I never knew were reachable. Def Noodles responds by saying, what else is there to expect from Adin? The most articulate sentence that guy can produce is W or L. The Sleepy Whale says, people seem to get salty that Hassan fits the image/stereotype of a machismo Chad guy more than the guys trying to play the machismo Chad role. Like that Bananas Tucker Carlson clip, where basically someone/his writers seem to kind of own that perspective as a semi-joke. Adin Ross update then responds, you stole the video from his own channel. You being in the video and participating in the discussion does not give you the right to copy or re-upload his content without permission or a prior agreement. Plus you probably monetized and profited off the video, which is copyright infringement. So this was not a false copyright strike. You won't win in court as what you did was not fair use. And if anything, Adin should sue you for defamation because you keep accusing him of a false copyright claim, and then he attaches a young picture of Adin with braces on. Desolate responds by saying, educate yourself, and then links to the official copyright page for fair use. The Actman says, if you don't know, most perjury cases around false copyright claims/takedowns are never prosecuted or taken to court because you have to prove they made the claim with malicious intent. This guy is so fucking stupid. He outright admits his malicious intent on a live stream, laughing my ass off. Not even Quantum TV was this big of a fucking moron. I think the Act Attorney might have to make a return in the next month or so. Ricky D responds by saying, nothing is going to happen to him, especially so long he's under Kick's umbrella. Platforms have a mob wife mentality at this point. Actman responds, whether something happens to him or not, the Act Attorney will gladly take the opportunity to dunk on copyright abusers like this. Big Game Bigale responds by saying, this guy is genuinely such a douchebag. Never have understood the appeal for even a second. The Actman then continues talking about this on Twitter when he says, so after getting some submissions from people whose videos were claimed by iShowSpeed and Adin Ross, I can safely say these dick nuggets are objectively worse than Quantum TV when it comes to the abuse of the copyright system. This is some next level shit, dude. Disgusting. Bad Empanada responds to Internet Anarchist by saying, admitting live on stream that you falsely copyright striked someone and outright acknowledging that doing so caused them financial damage all in 20 seconds? Laughing my ass off. This is the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Aaron Elliott says, this type of stuff is ridiculous. There should be penalties for false claims, or at least a way of reclaiming the money lost to false claims. The Sigma female says, Adin is such a numbskull, taking money from small creators just because he's butthurt. Adin also falsely accused Pat God of being a pedo while on stream once just because he was butthurt. Funny enough, Adin Ross is also the same guy who showed porn to his mostly child audience. That's not even to mention all the N-word and other controversial moments of his. But bragging about being a morally bankrupt weasel to appease your child army is easily the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. I'd rather be poor than the pathetic worm that is Adin Ross. The Surf says, I've had entire channels taken down from false claims. People who abuse the system all the time because they either don't understand how copyright works, or they see it as an easy form of revenge. YouTube has to do more to protect creators, because smaller ones have no recourse. PP Peppo Comfy says, this used to be really common from toxic YouTubers. Hassan said on stream today that he's considering taking Adin to court, and might pay for the legal fees for other creators who have been falsely copyright striked by Adin. Sue him for every grifter dollar he has. Spartan shows this fake article of Adin Ross that says, man lived 22 years with half a brain and only found out now. Connor says, wild how many draw the line at Adin Ross false DMCAing YouTube videos, rather than the times he told transgender people to kill themselves. We then have a happy ending to this story when Team YouTube responds to Internet Anarchist by saying, checked on this, and it looks like the claim has been closed by the content owner. Internet Anarchist quote tweets this and says, Adin Ross folded. Thanks to everyone who helped raise awareness on this situation. From bragging about stealing 8K from me to quietly folding behind the scenes, these last few days have been a ride. Video coming soon. 2 days later, he then releases his video and captions it on Twitter by saying, new video sharing information on the Adin Ross situation. Also sharing my behind the scenes interactions with Adin never seen before. Thanks again everyone for helping me with this nightmare of a situation. Appreciate it greatly. He then shows that video got a copyright claim and says, ironic. He follows it up by saying, by the way, the claim isn't from Adin. He's not that fast. It was from a background track. If Adin claims it, you best believe I'm calling him out on it. I'm sort of waiting for it. So at this point, normally I would just end the video, but while editing this video, I actually just got some new information that I want to share with you guys. So remember when Team YouTube said the claim was closed by the content owner? Many people, including Internet Anarchist, assumed this was Adin Ross, but I recently found out that allegedly, the claim wasn't reversed by Adin, but by an employee at Thumb Media themselves. As you can see here in this screenshot from the Thumb Media employee's dashboard, where about 25 hours after the claim was created via a video content ID match, Thumb Media affiliate manually closed it. I got this image from a tweet that was made by Aegis DRM on Twitter, who said, to clarify, no false claims were made. Automatic claims can't detect fair use videos, and you used Adin's clip and did not dispute it. You then tweeted on the 23rd, talking about the claim we released on the 23rd of April. Why was this left out of your video? This is unprofessional, and we did not steal $8,000 of your video's earnings. A claim only earns from the day it is claimed, meaning all past earnings stay with the uploader. Please educate yourself on how Content ID claims work, Internet Anarchist. Also, attaching a screenshot of our dispute queue, which is currently empty. So some pretty interesting stuff. It seems that not only was this claim manually removed by Thumb Media after their Content ID system accidentally flagged the video with a copyright claim, but it was done within 25 hours, and Internet Anarchist never even bothered to go through the dispute system to remove the claim himself. And despite this all being resolved by the 23rd of April, Internet Anarchist didn't inform us that this issue was resolved until the 1st of May. So if this information is true, it does kind of absolve Thumb Media in particular, since they did everything they could to correct the situation. You could argue that it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but still I think it's important to note that Thumb Media did make an effort to correct this. When I got false copyright striked by Pokimane through Omnimedia in 2019, I tried to contact Omnimedia and they completely brickwalled me and did not listen to me at all. So if everything this alleged employee is saying is true, I feel like it's important to note, as it could have been a lot worse for Internet Anarchist. But that does not absolve Adin Ross at all, as if this information is true, he had nothing to do with removing the claim, and he also laughed about it and celebrated it on his live stream. So if this information is true, it actually makes Adin look worse, but Thumb Media look better. Regardless, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section below. I'll also leave the link in the description to Internet Anarchist's video on this if you want to become more informed. If anything more in regards to this whole story develops, I will update you on this channel, so be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss that. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.